Hey everyone, welcome to Sportsbet Daily at oddsmarket.com. It's La Liga Week 2, Bundesliga Week 2 and the start of Serie A. Well, if it's La Liga, then obviously we're going to have Martin Green on. And because it's La Liga, we're going to have number one on. Again, Barcelona supporting number one. Can't be happy with last week.
Well, I wasn't happy. I think none of Barcelona fans were happy with last week's performance of Barcelona. We were expecting much more, but hey, this is football, this is La Liga, this is exciting times. Indeed, Flash.
You say exciting times. Martin, you're one of your favourite teams, favourite bets. Atletico Madrid, win to nil.
Yeah, I was very pleased to see that come in. That was the 11th time in a row that they beat Getafe to nil. They just strangle the life out of games, and they've lost a few key players this summer, but it doesn't matter. Diego Simeone's got them really well drilled, really difficult to break down, really organised, and I think they'll grind out a lot of 1-0, 2-0 results at home this season. Not quite so strong on the road, but I can see them having a good crack at the top two this season.
Martin, there was a few strange results, but for me the strangest one was Granada going away from home and scoring 4, but only picking up a point at Villarreal. I mean, you score 3 goals, you expect to get 3 points, but 4 and only come away with 1. Crazy result.
Absolutely crazy. Yeah, I don't really rate this Granada team very highly, so I was surprised to see them put 4 past Villarreal. Watched the game. Santi Cazorla was on fire. He was the best player on the pitch. He was running their defence ragged. They put in Domingos Duarte, who's their new man at the back, alongside Germain, and it just didn't really work. I don't think they clicked. So I would fancy them to keep on conceding goals. But Roberto Soldado's up front for them, and he's not doing badly. So I think we could see both teams to score in a few of their games this season.
Well, let's start it off then. Granada versus Sevilla. Granada 4.3, Sevilla 3.75, and Sevilla just under 2 at 1.99. Away win for you?
Yeah, I'm going to go for the away win here. It's been their Achilles heel over the past few seasons, Sevilla, that they've really struggled on the road. They've turned their home stadium into a bit of a fortress, but they don't travel well. Yet they won. They picked up an important 2-0 victory over Espanyol in their opener on the road. And fans will hope that marks the turning point for this team. I still think that they're a far better team than Granada, and odds of even money I can find 2.0 on a Sevilla win look good to me. They spent 140 million euros this summer on improving the squad, whereas Granada spent just 7 million. There's a real gulf in class between these two teams, and I think the only reason why there's such a strong price on Sevilla is that they've previously struggled on the road. But I think they might just nick this one, so I'm going to go for a Sevilla win 2.0.
Okay, before I go to number one for a little bit of input into this game, I've got my little gizmo next to me. Don07, Sevilla look very strong with the new signings. And Pronosticos Deportivos, Sevilla to win against Granada. Number one, everyone's saying Sevilla win. Would you go against that?
No, I won't. Sevilla is a great team. They have, with Monchi, they have made smart signings. So I'm expecting a lot from Sevilla this season.
Okay, well, let's go on to our second game, and this is one tight game on paper. Getafe versus Atletico Bilbao. Number one, take me away.
Well, Getafe hasn't lost in home in the last 7 games. Yes, they may be not flashy, maybe not the best team, but they're solid on defense. They're solid in their home. So I'm expecting a double chance for Getafe at 1.40 against Bilbao. Bilbao comes for a win against Barcelona, but it was a last-minute win with Aduriz and an incredible Chilena. It was amazing goal. So I'm expecting Getafe double chance at 1.40.
Yeah, you don't go too overboard with them big odds, will you? You'll be like laying awake at night worrying about them. Martin, any type of view on this game? 1.4, can you up that?
Not for me, really, I'm afraid. I'm going to stay away from this game. I think they're looking a bit dangerous, Athletic Bilbao. They did well in their opening game, so that's definitely a pass from me. But good luck to you. Good luck to you, number one.
At 1.4. At 1.4, good luck. Okay, well, listen, we'll move on. Real Madrid, 3-1 winners, Celta Vigo in the first game. They host Valladolid. It's like 1.22 Real Madrid. Martin, can you find any value other than that?
Yeah, I think Real Madrid are going to want to put on a good performance in front of their home fans. First game of the season at the Bernabeu. They've got a point to prove this time around. Spent a lot of money in the summer, but it looks like they're pretty much going to go with the team that has served Zidane well over the past few years. They played Gareth Bale, which I think was the biggest surprise for Real Madrid fans. Eden Hazard is currently injured. Luka Jovic was on the bench. So we went with Benzema and Bale up front, Kroos, Modric and Casemiro in the midfield. They're a very experienced team. I think they'll control this game, and I think they'll want to start well. So I'm looking at Real Madrid half-time, full-time, 1.75.
1.75. Being a Barcelona fan, can you cheer on Real Madrid?
I was cheering for good value in picks, but I'm still gonna wait how Real Madrid will perform these games. There has been a lot of changes. They had a great game against Celta. Like Martin said, Bale was a surprise. He had a good game. Let's see if he can keep up the momentum and he doesn't injure. But I have no feedback. I have no picks for this game. I'm just gonna wait for Real Madrid how they settle.
Okay, a little bit of feedback from the chat. IPL, most of La Liga matches is low scoring. Apart from if you had Granada Sevilla last week, Real Madrid versus Celta Vigo. I wouldn't say it was really low scoring on the whole. I mean, you've just got to pick your matches. Let's go with Leganes versus Atletico Madrid here. Atletico Madrid don't let many goals in, so I mean, I can't really go against them.
I can't either. Sorry, Marty. Go first.
No, you go.
Okay. Atletico to win. Atletico with Joao Felix, Diego Costa, Alvaro Morata the other day scored a goal. Joao Felix got a penalty thanks to his incredible dribbling. He's not injured. Simeone said today he only had a cramp, so there's no worry with him. Atletico has won 7 games in a row. They're in fantastic form. They're a strong contender for La Liga and a strong contender for Champions League. And Leganés hasn't beat Atletico at home in the last 6 games. And they come from a loss against Osasuna, so the morale is a little bit low. I'm expecting Atletico to run past them.
Martin, same thoughts?
Yeah, very similar thoughts. Yeah. Every season, it seems that Atletico Madrid take 4 points off Leganés. They beat them at home and they draw with them away. It's happened for the last 3 seasons. So they're actually going to be going for their first away win against Leganés in 4 years. But I think they should be able to pull it off. We're at the start of the season, so they've got a lot of energy. And yeah, like Juan said, that defeat for Leganés in their opener will damage their morale, I would say, a bit for this game. And I was very, very impressed with the way Atletico Madrid played in that game. In their opener, Joao Felix was just brilliant. The way he was taking the ball, the way he was running at defenders, he was causing all sorts of problems for the opposition. I think they've got a great signing there. He looks a lot more dynamic than Griezmann up front. I think they could go a long way this season. And if they're going to challenge for the title, they really need to be beating teams like Leganés away. So yeah, I'll stick my neck out, go for an away win for Atletico at 1.86. I've got on that.
Cool, 1.86 is better than the 1.78 that I found. Don07 says, Flash doesn't look comfortable with a gizmo. Cool, it's my first time with a gizmo. I am a little bit nervy just because I struggle to read, to be honest. Deportivos, Atletico to win and under 3.5 goals. That would probably be quite a popular one. I think you just go with the Atletico Madrid win. Let's move on to number ones. Barcelona, they host Real Betis. You're not going to get rich just back in Barcelona. So number one, where's the value?
My value is in both teams to score at 1.75. Last time they played in Camp Nou, Betis won 4-3 to Barcelona. It was an impressive game. I'm a Barcelona fan. I was amazed by Betis. Betis has a great team, good coach. They come from a great season. Yes, they may have lost Lo Celso, but still, they're strong. And in the last 4 of the 6 games, both teams score between each other. So I'm expecting a high-scoring game for the people who say La Liga don't have a lot of goals. I'm expecting this game to happen. Let's hope Griezmann finally debuts in La Liga with Barcelona.
Martin, no Messi, no Barcelona win. Is there any chance of a Real Betis double chance here?
Well, I read today that Messi's really fighting hard to be fit for this game. So I might wait and see what the starting 11 is going to be before I firm up my bet. But if he's in business, if he's leading the line, I think they'll be far better at home. First game of the season. I think they should be able to win this one pretty comfortably. Yeah, these two have been involved in a lot of high-scoring games recently, and Barcelona need to get a bit of revenge against Real Betis. I think they should win this one. Betis looked uncomfortable in their opening game of the season. They had a man sent off very early, and that's a poor way to get the campaign underway. Yeah, I think Barcelona should be able to put in an emphatic result in front of their home fans. I'm looking at Barcelona minus 1.5 Asian handicap, 1.78.
Yes.
But again, caveat, I'm going to wait and see if Messi's playing.
Yeah, I cannot agree more.
Let's hope he plays.
Yeah, of course, he's your little hero. We're going to go on now. Last game, Celta Vigo at home to Valencia. Celta Vigo 3.45, Valencia 2.3 and 3.7 the draw. I notice there's a bit of a theme. Hardly anyone ever goes for the draw. Martin, do you like the draw?
I do quite like the draw, actually. Yeah, I very, very rarely go for the draw, to be honest. It's a bet that makes me a bit nervous. You get very good odds on it. There's occasionally I'll see a game, particularly like Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, a big game like that, I might go for the draw. But yeah, it's not really one that I like to use too often. I'm going to go with both teams to score in this game. I was very impressed with the way Celta Vigo attacked in their opener. Iago Aspas, we all know how good he is. Valencia weren't as strong as I thought they would be against Real Sociedad. Defence looked a bit leaky. I could see this one finishing maybe 1-1, 2-1. So both teams to score at 1.75 for me.
Number one.
I couldn't agree more with Martin. I'm also going with both teams to score. In fact, Martin has a better odds than I do. I have 1.70, but he has 1.75, and that's awesome. And the last two games, they end up 1-2 and 1-1. So they are a team that they both scored in the last games, and they have both scored in the last 6 games, except Celta in a friendly few weeks ago against Tenerife. But yeah, Celta Vigo, they got a goal against Real Madrid. They got another one, but bar, you know how it is. Valencia, well, Valencia is always Valencia. Uncomfortable, they're strong, and they are reliable.
Okay, why don't you take me through your bets and give me a banker, please, number one.
Banker, I'm going with Getafe, Bilbao, double chance for Getafe, 1.40. And yeah, I'm pretty confident on that. I'm confident on Getafe. Bilbao, you never know. They're strong, but they're not a high-scoring team.
Okay, Martin, run me down your bets, will you? No 1.4s though, eh?
No 1.4s now. Bit higher odds. I'm going to go for Sevilla to beat Granada at even money. Real Madrid half-time, full-time against Valladolid at 1.75. Both teams to score in the Celta Vigo versus Valencia game at 1.75. Atletico to win away at Leganés for the first time in 4 years at 1.86. And Barcelona minus 1.5 Asian handicap, 1.78 against Real Betis, provided Messi's playing. And banker, I'll go for Real Madrid.
Cheers, Martin. Cheers, number one.
Thank you,
or maybe we'll
Flash.
see you both next week.
Thanks,
you take
guys.
care. Just having a little look. Natalie's giving me a bit of stick here. Flash has finally remembered his laptop. I have. Michael Carlson, Real Betis -3. And without Aspas, Celta Vigo is nothing. Okay, that's La Liga. Let's flick across to the Bundesliga. Week 2, I've got to be joined by Alex and Radek. Last week, boys, Bayern Munich 2-2. You expect them to score 2 at home. Didn't expect them to let 2 in. Radek, how are you, sir? And what about you, Alex? You good?
Yeah, I cannot hear Radek, but I'm very good. Waiting for another round of fixtures. Very thrilled with the Serie A coming on this week. But before that, let's get on with some Bundesliga matches. Did someone mention 1.4 earlier? Did I hear correctly?
Yeah, that was his banker. That was the one he's been sitting on all week. He said, I've got something special for you in La Liga. And it was Getafe Double chance at home. I'm pretty sure it was Getafe. I'm going to have to read it and have a little look. Yeah, Getafe at home to Atletico Bilbao. Double chance. 1.4.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to sort him out.
He went. He risked it a little bit at 1.4.
He's going, yeah, I mean, honestly, he's going to have sleepless nights. Radek, how did you think the Bundesliga week 1 went?
No, I loved it to get started, and there were a lot of goals, like Alex predicted. But both halftime, full-time tips were not really successful. I didn't expect Augsburg to start very strong. They made a goal in the first minute in Dortmund, and who expected to score twice Berlin goals in Munich?
Yeah, I'd say the biggest shock for me was watching Mönchengladbach not score 5 against Schalke. I mean, every time they went forward, they looked like they're going to score. That Schalke side, they're like a chocolate fireguard. They just got no use whatsoever. So when we come across the Schalke game, I expect a few minus leads. Why don't we start with you, Alex? Cologne versus Borussia Dortmund. Cologne at 7, Dortmund at 1.5.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm not playing halftime, full-time anymore. Paddy's 1996 in the chat is saying halftime, full-time for Dortmund. But that's it with the Bundesliga halftime, full-time. Because a team like Dortmund can go 1 goal down at halftime and after that destroy their opponents in the second leg. That's why I'm going Dortmund and over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.91 with Coral. Three players from Dortmund went in the team of the week last week. Jadon Sancho, Axel Witsel, and Paco Alcacer. They are on fire. They are scoring goals for fun. I love them this season. They are far better than last season. And with the looks of Bayern Munich right now, I think that Radek was absolutely on point there with RB Leipzig being contenders for the title. If Bayern Munich don't do something really quick, but they did. They bought Coutinho in the meantime, which is a very good player for the Bundesliga, but we'll talk about that later. Dortmund and over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.91 for me.
Radek, do you have anything to add on to that?
I don't touch this game. I'm aware of the Cologne team, the odds are not very comfortable for me. And Dortmund is a clear favorite, and I think they only can fall over Cologne, and you cannot win in this game any money, no value.
Well, I'll tell you where I think
Dortmund. I'm sorry, guys. I think that Dortmund at 1.46 with Unibet right now represents a good set of odds for accumulator bet or for a banker of Juan, number 1.
Yeah, I'm liking this. Radek, you know what we've got here? We've got Alex been messing around with number 1 for too long, finding 1.45s. We'll have Natalie on the show soon with her 1.62 looking like an absolute dog. Let's go to Hoffenheim versus Werder Bremen, Radek. I know you're going to like this game.
Yeah, I like this one because I'm betting on a home win for Hoffenheim here. The odds of 1.9 are attractive enough to do that because I'm always going to odds around 2.0 to get a good value. And in this case, we have it because Hoffenheim is a very strong home team. And Werder Bremen had a lot of problems in the defense. They got 3 goals at home against Düsseldorf, which are not the most powerful team in the league. And so if Hoffenheim makes a decent job at home, they will beat Bremen, and the odds for 1.9 are very good.
They are. We've just astute chaos. Cologne Dortmund over 3.5 at 1.96. Seems to be a lot of goals in that game. I fancy Dortmund. I'm not so sure they're going to score 4.
No, me neither. I don't touch this game, I said it.
Will contribute.
Alex game.
Alex, do you like the Hoffenheim at 1.9 or are them odds too big for you?
No, I'm not touching this game. Hoffenheim, very disappointing in the first match. As predicted, as both Radek and myself predicted, Eintracht Frankfurt won. and the odds were very, very good on that match. Hoffenheim just one shot on target. Hoffenheim without Nagelsmann and without some star players whom they lost in the summer, they look to struggle a little bit. I think that they will struggle also in this match. Werder Bremen, I don't know. They are the kind of team that you don't want to touch. Werder Bremen are like very, very with huge ups and downs. Also last season, I loved them. I made a lot of profit with them in a big part of the season, but after that, they disappointed me. So now, no touch for Hoffenheim.
Okay.
I have an addition to that.
Go on, Radek.
You know why they had ups and not only downs? They had Max Kruse, and he's not there anymore. And he was the only reason last year that Werder Bremen had ups. Now he's not here. So I don't think that they get as many ups as last year. And in this case, I think Kramaric and Belfodil are very good strikers for Hoffenheim. And they will hurt Bremen. For sure.
I'm loving
Werder
this.
Bremen in the first, in the first round, Werder Bremen, I think that they had 10 shots on target. Düsseldorf goalkeeper Stefan, I think on his debut for the newly promoted for Düsseldorf there, I think that he did incredible. He was the man of the match with 10 saves, and I think that Werder Bremen are stronger than the result from the first leg, from the first round.
Okay.
That's for sure, and we will see.
We will see, but because it's my show, I'm going to call it, and I'm going Hoffenheim at 1.9. Okay, and here's one for you. You mentioned, Alex, struggle 3 times in that little conversation. How about this then? Schalke 0, Bayern Munich, how many?
3.
Okay.
At least.
Yeah. I don't see Schalke scoring. I was so disappointed with them. And I tell you what, if anyone's got a futures bet on them going down and being relegated, I think you've got chances, because I thought they were devoid of any ideas and they showed no threat in front of goal. Alex?
Actually, I have to place. For this match. As you mentioned, they were very poor in the first match, Schalke. Bayern Munich, in my opinion, they were very unlucky not to convert the many scoring opportunities they had. Gnabry was on fire. Kingsley Coman played good. I think that Coutinho will not play this week, but I think that they will still destroy Schalke. So I have 2 plays, Bayern minus 1.5 at 2.05 and Bayern and over 2.5 goals at 1.83.
Yeah, I mean, I know this is not one of yours, Radek, but surely you can't get away from them odds that Alex has thrown out.
The odds are definitely not wrong. You can go for it if you are self-confident about it. But in the last years, Bayern had always problems at Schalke and in front of the almost 70,000 hardcore fans of them. And I don't like Schalke playing style. I don't like it, and but I'm I don't know if Bayern is able to beat them very high. And my scoring bet would be 2 for Bayern and 0 for Schalke, but I won't put any money on it.
Okay, well, there's an option, though, of Bayern Munich to win to 0. Just before I go to you, Alex, Radek, can you just give us a little bit of an insight into the German football, that when Bayern Munich come to town, do these clubs raise their game?
I think so. Everyone is highly motivated against Bayern Munich, and everyone wants to beat them, and or even to hold the game close is a success for the most of them. And last year you see Bayern lost some games away, for example in Berlin. Because Berlin is not a top team, just average, but in one game, everyone is on fire against Bayern. And if Bayern is not there for, let's say, 80%, Schalke can make maybe a close game as well. And that's why I don't see a very, very much value in this game, as in a lot of Bayern Munich games.
On the chat, it says, Adam Brooks says, Coutinho will play. Alex says, I don't think he will. Adam Brooks going 4-1 Bayern. Deportivus, Bayern and under 4.5. So everywhere you look, it's Bayern. Bayern win to nil, Bayern over 2.5, Bayern half-time, full-time. Alex, go on.
I just wanted to add here, please, that Radek is totally right about this Schalke team at home. Imagine that Schalke lost Dortmund the title last season when Schalke was absolutely bad, and Dortmund went to win away at Schalke in the Revier Derby, and Schalke won. And this is the 2 points difference between Bayern and Dortmund. Dortmund should easily have won that game and win the title. But when you go to Schalke, being also Dortmund, because it's a derby match there, is the most important match of the season for the two clubs. I think that Schalke are unpredictable, but Bayern should bounce back after the huge upset from the first round.
Yeah, only my professional opinion and my personal one is that Bayern are going to be far stronger this year, better squad, got rid of the older legs, and I think Schalke, they are going to struggle. I really do. I just don't see any leaders. I don't see where their goals are going to come from. But hey, just get on Bayern this week and just smash Schalke. Let's go to a really impressive side, and that's RB Leipzig. But they entertain clean sheet on the first week, Eintracht Frankfurt. Alex?
Not only clean sheet, but they won their last 7 matches across all competitions. They are scoring goals for fun. They played already in Europa League. They have the playoffs this week. On Thursday, they are traveling in France to play Strasbourg. A difficult side. I think that RB Leipzig are the better side. They destroyed Union Berlin. The players seem to be adapted already at Julian Nagelsmann style of play there. I think that RB Leipzig, being contenders for the title, have to put some order and win their home matches. Eintracht, with lack of fitness after Thursday's match from Europa League and freshness a little bit. Yes, they won 7 matches, but this must end right now. And Leipzig is the team. They never been tested so much this season. And RB Leipzig are the team right now to beat Eintracht Frankfurt. But I'm going RB Leipzig and both teams to score at 2.75. I think that Eintracht have the necessary weapons to find the back of the net. But RB Leipzig's attacking firepower should prevail in this one.
Yeah, I'm a fan of RB Leipzig. I think they'll score in most games, and it'd be a shock to me if they fail to get on the score sheet. Radek, what about Mainz versus Mönchengladbach? Mönchengladbach should have scored 5 last week.
Yes, I was betting on Mönchengladbach, as you know, last week, and it was my only wrong pick of 3. And this time I tried again because they can't upset me twice in a row. And as we have a look at the odds again, we have almost 2.5 on Mönchengladbach, which is a team who wants to play in the international business next year. And so they do this year, and on the other hand, we have Mainz, who lost 3-0 against Freiburg. And enough said. I think, at this odd, you have to bet on Mönchengladbach, and even if they don't win, the bet was not wrong.
Yeah, they seem to panic in front of goal, because when they said about their chances, they weren't just half chances. They were central to the goal. They were on the forward's favourite foot. They worked it so well until, we used to say they'd like jigsaw pieces. They go to pieces in the box. And I just hope that they get their reward from last week's performance.
I think there's a mentally problem. They didn't win 8 games at home in a row. Last season they were in the Champions League slots, and they didn't manage to win just 1 game at home in the last 8 or 7 home games. And they continued this way in the first game this year. They couldn't make a goal because I think they had too much pressure. New coach, new team, and now I think they away free. They don't have that much pressure. And Mainz is not a great team, so I think Gladbach can make it here. And anyway, the odds are good enough to bet on it.
Yeah, I mean,
I
also,
remember the best bet show. I remember the best bet show last season. Natalie and me and Martin were on the Gladbach train. I think that for 20 matches there. And most of all, when they were playing at home, they were getting so great odds. And we were on that week in and week out till they started to lose 1 to 3 matches. And we said, okay, they are done. We are not playing them this season. And look, another great capper here is starting with Gladbach. Maybe they can win some matches at the beginning of the season, and I will jump also on that Gladbach train.
Okay, well, here's a game that I think you're going to get plenty value out. Fortuna Düsseldorf at home, Bayern Leverkusen, odds on, Düsseldorf off of scoring 3 away from home. Now, Düsseldorf, great performance, or Werder Bremen rubbish. What way would you go, Alex?
Both. Düsseldorf, actually not Werder Bremen garbage. I think that it was just one of those days when the goalkeeper was the Spider-Man, you know. You remember also last year from the Premier League some matches of Manchester United goalkeeper. I just forget his name right now. But this Stefan guy, the US international, Man City owned, because he's owned by Man City and loaned to Düsseldorf, was Spider-Man on his debut for Düsseldorf. I think that he should have considered around 6 goals from Werder Bremen, if you ask me. But he was unbelievable. Yes, Leverkusen, Kai Havertz, Leon Bailey. I don't know. They are absolutely amazing. I love them to score in each game this season. And I think that, again, we will see a high-scoring affair here with both Düsseldorf and Leverkusen finding the back of the net there. And I have 3 bets for this one. Over 3 goals on the Asian handicap at 1.76 with Pinnacle. So in case of 3 goals, we will receive our stake back. I have Kai Havertz to be anytime goal scorer at 2.25 and Leon Bailey to be anytime goal scorer at 2.9. Because I think that Leverkusen will, I don't know, on their own score at least 2 goals. And I think that these 2 guys will do it, will find the back of the net.
Radek, I fancy a scoring draw here.
I don't know, but I'm definitely back up Alex with a over goal bet on 3.5. Was one of my picks for this show, because I think both teams are able to score, and especially Leverkusen can do, and so this is my favorite bet here.
What, both teams to score?
No, over 3.5 goals.
Over 3 points. That brings in my 2-2. The old Desmond.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to say that
maybe.
for ages. The old Desmond 2-2, Bundesliga.
I predicted now Fortuna Düsseldorf 2, Leverkusen 4. 2-4. Everyone wins the bets. And,
okay, so we're really going.
Leon Bailey.
What are the odds over 4.5?
Why you don't go over 4.5 like Flash said?
Yeah, over 4.5.
That is gambling.
Yeah, we don't do that on this channel. Okay, Alex, fire down your best bets and give us a little banker, please, mate.
I have Dortmund and over 2.5 goals at 1.91, Schalke Bayer and over 2.5 goals at 1.83, and Bayer minus 1.5 on the Asian handicap at 2.05. RB Leipzig to win and both teams to score against Eintracht Frankfurt at 2.75. Düsseldorf versus Leverkusen over 3 goals on the Asian handicap, which is also my banker at 1.76. And also I have in the match between Düsseldorf and Leverkusen, Kai Havertz, anytime goal scorer at 2.25, Leon Bailey at 2.9, anytime goal scorer. And I said my banker is.
Cheers, Alex. Radek, fire away.
Yes, I go on Gladbach away win at Mainz at odd of 2.4 and a little bit more. And Hoffenheim wins at home against Werder Bremen at 2.0 or 1.9. And we see a lot of goals between Düsseldorf and Leverkusen at the odds of around 2.0. And my best bet, if you want to be very sure, I would go to Asian Handicap 0 on Gladbach at Mainz. I think it would be around 1.6 or 1.5. So you can combine it if you want.
Radek, just before I let you go, who's your team?
I don't have any. I'm living near the Allianz Arena. I can almost see it out of my window. But I was educated as a Bavarian FC Bayern Munich fan. But I'm not really since 1999 as they lost against Manchester United in the Champions League final when I burned my flag.
Cool. Yeah, one of the toughest beats you're ever going to witness. 2 goals in the final 30 seconds. Okay, well, listen, I'll let you both go. Radek, till next week. Good luck over the weekend in Bundesliga week 2.
Too.
Alex, you're going to stay with me because we're going to go on to week 1, Serie A. Juventus.
Serie A.
Serie A.
And I heard someone on the chat when you were previewing La Liga in the first 15 minutes of the show saying that La Liga is a low-scoring league. But Villarreal 4-4 against Granada, Mallorca 2-1, Valladolid, Real Madrid 3-1, Eibar 1-2, and so on. Celta Vigo 1-3. It's a low-scoring league.
Okay, what are you looking forward to most, Alex, on the Serie A this year? Is it Juventus all the way?
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. Juventus are swimming till the title, little by little. You know, they are swimming. They will win their 9, I think, consecutive Serie A title. And the question is now about the Champions League spots in Serie A. Always 6-7 teams fighting for the free spots. Second, third, and fourth, because Juventus, you can give them the title from now, and let's cash some money, because it's a sure bet Juventus to win the title again in Serie A.
Okay, well, if I'm talking Serie A, I've got to be with Chef Michael. Chef Michael, how are you, sir?
Yes. Flash, I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
I'm good. What are you looking forward to most in this Serie A season?
I think there's a lot of interesting storylines to look forward to. I like how I mentioned a couple weeks ago about how Ronaldo and Sarri are going to get on the new transfers that Juventus have. I like Inter Milan, seeing how they're going to do bringing back Mario Riccardi. I can't believe he's even back. So there's a lot to look forward to.
Chef, have you got a television on in your background?
No.
Okay, there's just a little bit of cross noise. I've got to hear you fine. Why don't you start us off? Parma, 11. Juve, 1.34. How are you going to find us the value in this game?
Oh, you got to look Juventus here. Juventus with all their transfers. We get to finally see Matthijs de Ligt in the Serie A action. Aaron Ramsey coming over from Arsenal. They had some key departures though. Moises Kean left for Everton. Luca Pellegrini left on loan for Cagliari. Cancelo left with Manchester City. Parma at home. Last season they only had 5 home wins. I don't see this getting off to a good start for them either. They averaged less than a goal per match last season, and against this stronger Juve defense, it's going to bring a lot of pressure. So I see them getting off to a good start. They got some few kinks to work out, but they're going to have a relentless attack. They got too much firepower with, Higuain. We'll see how Dybala does. He's supposed to be moving on. A lot of rumors around that. Douglas Costa, of course, attacking from the midfield. Too much on defense too with Chiellini, Alexandro, and De Ligt now in the back line. I'm looking Juve halftime full time at 1.87, and even Juve win to nil at 2.05. I found.
Yeah, I like that. I like Juve to win to nil. Alex, how do you think the Italians are going to enjoy Sarri ball?
I think that Sarri will miss his first match. He's ill. He's got a pneumonia. He's in the hospital right now. He thought he got a cold, but he went to the doctors, and now he's in the hospital. So we are not 100% sure that he will be on the bench, and probably Cristiano Ronaldo will make the coach if Sarri will not be on the bench.
But we still will have 100% Sarri ball because he's prepped them all the way through pre-season. So whether he's there or not, the match is going to be played exactly how they want it played.
Yeah, no, I'm only joking. That is not true. Of course, they will play the same way that Sarri told them. I think that Aaron Ramsey is the best signing for this summer for Juventus. I think that the free transfer is absolutely incredible. He has a lot of talent, and you will see that in Serie A together with Cristiano, together with the league there. I think that Juventus will try to kick off their season on the right foot there. I don't think that they will destroy necessarily Parma, but also because it's the beginning of the season, I really think also that Parma can contribute on the scoreboard there. Parma, a tough side to play at when they're at home. So I think that Juventus and over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.95 with Coral represents good value in my opinion.
Okay, everyone's expecting Juve to get off to a flying start away at Parma. Let's go to Spal versus Atlanta. Atlanta odds on. Do we odds on look on, Chef Michael?
Yeah, you got to look at Atlanta here. 1.83 is a great price, what I found. Spal, bottom half of the table, finished 13th last season. But it's not exactly as high as you would think. I mean, they are only separated by 3 points from the relegation zone. So, I mean, they lose one match and they're probably in the relegation zone. I don't see it getting off to a good start. Atalanta, Duvan Zapata, absolutely brilliant last season, scored 23 goals. 10 away from home last season. So got to look at Atlanta here at 1.83.
Alex, Spal, 5. That must bring in a double chance for me. Home side, first game of the season, upsets. There's going to be one this weekend. There always is. Every single league throughout Europe and the world, there's always upsets. Is Spal going to be one of them?
I don't think so. Atalanta, the best attacking side the last season in Serie A, 77 goals. Duvan Zapata back and on fire. They managed to keep the core of players like Duvan Zapata, like Papu Gomez, the brain from the midfield. They bought Luis Muriel from Sevilla. Great signing there. They are a Champions League squad. I think the third place that they finished last season will not repeat, but I think that they will start on the right foot here. 1.83 with Unibet is what I found. Also, Spal were very active on the summer transfer window, but they didn't spend it a lot. They took players on loan. I don't think that they can cope with Atalanta's huge attacking firepower there. So right now, either Muriel, either Duvan Zapata represent great players in the attack there, together with Ilicic. I think that Atalanta should really start the season on the right foot, because after that Champions League is following, and they need some points, they need some wins to get together a little bit before the Champions League group stages start. 1.83 Atalanta to win here.
Okay, so that's 2 votes for Atlanta and none for Spal or the double chance. Let's go. Sampdoria versus Lazio. This is a classic game from years gone by, and it's a tight one as well. Sampdoria 3.5, massive price at home. Lazio 2.3, looks a little bit small. Alex, where you going?
Yeah, if I could find a better value on Sampdoria draw double chance there, or plus 0.5 on the Asian handicap, I would go for it. Right now, I can find it at 1.72. If it was around 1.85, 1.9, I would go for it. I don't know if Lazio. I think that Lazio will struggle again this season. I think that they will not be in top 6. I think that they will struggle on the road like they did last season. I think that Sampdoria might even beat them in this first match. Fabio Quagliarella was on fire last season. He was a top scorer in the Italian Serie A. An experienced player in front of the net there. Old, but very good. And I think that Sampdoria and Lazio 1-1, I predict the final result. So both teams to score for me at 1.7.
Yeah, I fancy the 1-1 as well. Chef Michael, anything on it for me?
When I first looked at this match, I was leaning unders. So I guess if you guys got 1-1 draw, both teams to score, then the unders would come through too.
All right, well, how about this one? Inter Milan at home to Lecce.
Oh, yeah, Inter Milan is probably a bet-on team for me in the first half of the season. They got good transfers. They got Lukaku from United, obviously. Federico's returning from loan. But they lost Perisic to Bayern. But I think they're going to be better than they were last season. The back line now, they got Diego Godin. Defense was already good last season. Kept 10 clean sheets at home. I think Inter, they're going to need to win matches like this to get, to crack closer to Juve to challenge for the title if they can. They've started out the first 3 matches with very winnable games. They got Lecce, Udinese, Cagliari. Should grab at least 9 points in the first 3 matches. So I got Inter Milan at halftime, full-time at 1.74. And I think this defense is going to try to show what they can do. So I'm going to take Inter Milan win to nil at 1.87.
See, I prefer that win to nil at 1.87 because the one thing about Italian sides is they do take their time to get into their groove. They do wait until they're patient. They're happy to go in at 0-0 and they're happy to put their foot on the gas second half. If I put a gun to your head, not a real one obviously, Napoli or Inter to chase Juve?
But I'd say Inter.
You're going to go Inter. What about you, Alex? Inter or Napoli?
I'm going with the experience. I'm going with Napoli. They kept the core of their players. They have experience in Serie A. Of course, Inter transferred some great players. I think that Lukaku will score a lot of goals in the Italian Serie A. I think that Diego Godin will keep many clean sheets. I think that Inter will be a team with many clean sheets during this season. I think also this Ionuț Radu, the Romanian goalkeeper, with a sensational Euro under 21 and many good matches also to follow on the big Romanian side that Inter took from Genoa for 12 millions. I think that he will do brilliant stuff in goal there for Inter, but I still fancy Napoli to finish above Inter at the end of the season.
Okay, well, here's a game that shows your type of odds. 1.85 Torino at home to, we beat them up last year as much as we could, Sassuolo at 4.75. Torino, too big, Alex?
All the way Torino, all the way 1.85 for Torino against Sassuolo, a very poor side. Torino team, I'm just scared about this Europa League match against Wolves on Thursday because they are playing the playoffs. And as we talked on Monday about this Europa League match, we said that Wolves might leave there with the result, not to lose. So Torino all the way, they are by far the better side with Belotti on fire there, with Simone Zaza back. Olaina, a great right back from Chelsea. They bought him for 9 million pounds. I think that they are a very good squad, and I think that they will catch again top 6 together with Atalanta.
Chef Michael, Anything on Torino Sassuolo? Surely you like the 1.85.
Yeah, I like it. Just like Alex said, though, they're playing Wolverhampton this week. I'd like, if I were to touch that game, I'd wait till after to see what they do in that match, see how they come out, see what kind of lineup they're going to bring out. Especially in the first leg of the playoffs, they're going to want to get off to a good start.
Yeah, I fancy a really tight game in Torino against Wolves in the final leg of the Champions or Europa League qualifiers. Chef Michael, give me your rundown of your bets and fling me a banker, please.
All right, I got Inter Milan win to 0 at 1.87 and halftime full time at 1.74. Atalanta at 1.83. Juventus halftime full time 1.87 and Juventus win to 0 at 2.05. Banker, I'm going to go Inter win to 0 1.87.
Yeah, I like that. I'm just writing down here. I'm just picking everyone's brains from all over. Alex, fire me down and give me the banker.
Juve and over 2.5 goals at 1.95. Atalanta to win at 1.83. Sampdoria Lazio both team to score at 1.7. Torino at 1.85, which is also my banker for this round one of fixtures in Italian Serie A.
Cheers, Alex. Cheers, Chef Michael. Happy hunting, Serie A week 1, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, gentlemen.
I will watch your Premier League show tomorrow, and best of luck with your bets with Michael and Natalie.
Listen, I've got a couple of absolute bankers this week. You'll enjoy them, I promise.
Absolutely, always.
Cheers, boys. So that Serie A week 1 concluded. Obviously, we've got Bundesliga week 2, and we've got La Liga. I've just wrote down, we've just had all them tipsters and people on, and I've just looked at Torino to win, Hoffenheim to win, Real Madrid half-time, 4-time, and Inter to win to 0. That's just a little parlay. If you fancy it, good luck. I'll see you next week.